Welcome back to the news at 10. Let's now join Charles Eruka for sports news.
This is the ultimate redefined for men.
Welcome to Sports News. Nigeria's Super Eagles have qualified for the final round of the 2018 FIFA World Cup qualifiers. The former African champions had defeated lowly Swaziland 2-0 in Port Harcourt after the first leg ended goalless in Lobamba. Moses Simon put Nigeria ahead in the 51st minute courtesy of a fine free kick at the edge of the Swazi danger area. Efe Ambrose sealed qualification for Nigeria 3 minutes to regulation time after connecting a free kick by Sylvester Igbonu from the right flank. Nigeria will now go into the group phase where winners of each of the 5 groups of 4 teams will confirm their place at the global showpiece built for Russia.
They run up, exquisite, the finish, that was just fabulous. Nothing Webu could do here. And of course, the attempted dummy by Bono, it really came off very nicely. And you can see what it means to the Nigerian bench. Just so poor that he has to suffer an injury. The free kick is footed, and that's a second goal for Nigeria. Finally, Nigeria puts the game beyond the reach of Swaziland.
And the euphoria of the Eagles of victory tainted by some disturbing news that gunmen have kidnapped the 72-year-old mother of former Nigerian international Samson Siasia. 3 suspected kidnappers snatched Mrs. Ogere Siasia from the family home in Odoni, Bayelsa State in the oil-rich Niger Delta. Her son has appealed for her release and said the gunmen's motive was unclear. Siasia is in the Gambia at the moment as the coach of the Nigerian under-23 team preparing for the Confederation of African Football under-23 Championship in Senegal later this month. The Nigerian Football Federation's president, Amaju Pinnick, has also appealed to the kidnappers to release Mrs. Siasia. In Europe, security around Saturday's El Clasico between Real Madrid and Barcelona is set to be increased in the wake of last week's attacks in Paris. The match falls just over a week after terrorists attacked several areas in the French capital, including the Stade de France. Concepcion Dancausa, a government delegate in Madrid, says extra security measures will be taken as 2 of the world's biggest teams go head-to-head. A decision on the number of police, medics and security staff will be made on Thursday. Now that's it on Sports News. It's back to Gimba with the rest of the news at 10.
This is the ultimate redefined for men.
We're trailing a breaking story. A pipeline explosion has occurred at the Sapele road axis of Efurum in Delta State. A big blaze is reported to have resulted from the explosion, and officials of the Delta State Fire Service have been battling to put out the fire. The explosion is said to have occurred at about 8 p.m. this evening. The cause of the explosion is not yet known. France is leading an international manhunt against Saleh Abdulsalam, who is believed to be the 8th gunman in the Paris attack. He is thought to have fled across the border to his native Belgium. And in an effort to prevent more attacks, Interior Minister Bernard Cazeneuve says that France has mobilized 115,000 security personnel across the country. Adeshawa Josh reports.
Police probing Friday's attacks in Paris have been searching premises they believe were used by the attackers. A car rented by Salah Abdeslam, the 8th suspected gunman, who is now the subject of an international manhunt, is also being inspected. He or his brother, Brahim, named as another attacker, are thought to have rented a flat and 2 hotel rooms. A Belgian-registered black Renault Clio was found near northern Paris after police sealed off the area and ensured there was no booby trap. The vehicle was stowed away for forensic examination. In the meantime, Russia has intensified its attacks on Islamic State targets in Syria, dispatching long-range bombers and firing a volley of cruise missiles. The strikes follow a confirmation by Russia's security chief that a bomb brought down the Russian airliner over Egypt last month, killing all on board. An IS-linked Egyptian jihadist group had claimed responsibility for the downing of the jet. That's the foreign news wrap-up. Gimba?
Many thanks indeed, Adeshawa. And the main news again. Nigeria's President Muhammadu Buhari has ordered the arrest of persons indicted by the interim report of the Investigative Committee on Arms Procurement. And that's how it's been on the news at 10 tonight. I want to thank you so much indeed for watching. I'm Gimba Umar. On behalf of the entire production crew, have a splendid night rest. Good night.